the curriculum, and we have George from Euracy at the back, who developed the iLearning platform as well and co-created games with user groups. This is what's going to happen today, and already Terry has briefly introduced this, but I'm happy to see now there are biscuits to the back. Thank you, Shirley. So, are we going to start off with a small introduction from Maria? Is that happening later on?
Yeah, we'll start with that.
Start with that. Yeah. Maria's going to do a small introduction to mobile games, and then we're going to have the 4 tables. You're all going to be supported by a variety of young people and the people from the project team. So we have Sam and Sam helping you to use the games, and around each of the tables you have 15 minutes each to review the games and to record all of your issues. What you think about the games, if there are any usability problems, how they could be improved, how they could be extended to other subjects, how you might think that you could collaborate in other projects with us. Write it all down on that piece of paper. We'll go away, and if you've got contact addresses, write that all down on those pieces of paper, 15 minutes each. Well, then we'll have a group round-up session at the end, and then we'll have something to eat. So thank you for coming today. I'm going to now pass on to Maria to describe the mobile games.
Thank you, David. So good morning, and thank you all for being here. Such a beautiful sunny day. So one of the main issues that they ask us when we say, okay, use games to motivate people, use computer games, or maybe, mobile games, they usually tell us, well, there are screens and we don't really want young people being constantly on the screen. This is what they do every day. So maybe one solution is to take the screen outside, take a mobile device outside. For the past at least 10 years, people have been designing games that they actually create a hybrid of playground between the digital and the physical world. And this is what I would like to introduce you very briefly. In the beginning of this project, we were only actually promised to design mobile games. However, we believe that it would be intriguing to actually allow our users to design games in open platforms that would allow them to use the city as a playground, use their own experiences, use space. In that way, we try to take all this information from festivals and theories that blend location-based learning with location-based games and, of course, IT motivation. And the reasons for that was, first of all, we would like our students, our users to be motivated to user experience and space in order maybe to reclaim public space, while at the same time they are able to use their skills when they develop a game and system thinking at the same time, because in order to develop a storytelling narrative, you need to have a good grasp of storytelling and of system thinking at the same time. So the platform that we chose was Aris. Aris is a platform that it is open, it is free, it is really easy to use, so that anyone with a basic knowledge can actually develop their own location-based game, which means that there is a game in which you use your device, your mobile phone or your tablet, you go outside and you play a game by following information on a map, or riddles, or a treasure hunt, or a narrative. So Aris actually was our weapon of choice because it's open, it's free, and it's maybe the most stable open platform in which students and teachers can develop their own narratives. The games that you will see today are called Dora's Box and Eve's World. Dora's Box is the first game, and it was actually designed specifically for people with intellectual disabilities or migrants that are not able to actually read either English, Greek, or Italian yet. This game, we tried actually both to add many elements of the curriculum, but at the same time to create an intriguing but very simple and fun narrative in which, as you will see, students will try to cut digital objects from an open space and actually afterwards discuss about what is positive and what is negative in their life and how they can possibly overcome it. The other game, Eve's World, what I forgot to tell you is that Dora's box as an inspiration came from the workshops and from the young people that we were lucky enough to work with. So they were the ones that provided the artwork and the idea for this game. That was very important to us. The second game, called Eve's World, is actually our curriculum within a game within a game. It's a little bit of Inception. We tried to create an old-style adventure game and actually add elements of our curriculum in it. Both these games, actually, we want to have them as motivation for young students to realize that they can easily have an idea and implement it on Iris or in any other device. We tried for the games not to be that difficult to understand how they work, and what we plan to do during the pilot, which is the next phase of our project, it is that we will give them these games and we'll allow them to hack them, to put their own stories in it, put their own faces maybe in it, change the story in a way that it is meaningful to them. However, so Iris is open source, it's very user-friendly, you can find it online. And the majority of these tools that I will present you very briefly, because I know that most of you are educators, you may be interested in it. So instead of talking about the games that you will see, I decided to say a few words about other tools. The majority of these platforms work like that. They have a web editor in which you log in and freely you can create your game, either by using coding or either by just placing marks on a Google map and then adding narrative in a very easy way. And then you can actually have the application. Iris is specifically and only for Apple products. That's the only negative. However, I will show you other applications and other frameworks that you can use in other mobile devices, such as Android. And the idea behind that is that afterwards you can have your students both design or play interactive storytelling experiences in the backyard, actually, or in any landscape or landmark that you want in the city, creating special narratives and blending their experience with specific places, while at the same time learning through it. And last but not least, adding different layers to their perception of the city. So having information about historical events, architecture information, or actual academic information that you can blend in different parts of their familiar surroundings. Other platforms that you can find free and they are available for everyone are Node Tools, Hans, and actually one new, it's called Tailblazer, that is developed by MIT. And Tailblazer specifically uses Scratch as a way to implement coding into a location-based experience. So if you're familiar with Scratch as a platform, Tailblazer is very useful because you already know how to do it. You just need to add the map as a new way of forming the experience. Node Tools specifically might be interesting for those of you that work with people with disabilities, because they don't actually need to look at the screen, they just listen to the narrative, the story, the new quest. Node Tools started as an artistic project, but people asked again and again if they could actually create their own stories, their own audio stories. And right now that you can freely and availably be able to create your own audio storytelling or games by using Node Tools. Hans at the same time allows you to create augmented reality treasure hunts, and I believe there's actually one for Birmingham as well, one Hans, and you can create your own. And what I would propose is, when you will actually take a look at our games, that specifically these games, you can play them here. You don't need to go outside and run around to play the game, so you can just tap on the screen. However, I would actually propose to you to use them in your classroom, because we've seen in all the countries that we promoted location-based games, we've seen that young people are very, very interested, because they can actually use a lot of information about their city and about their own experiences in a game and in a product in such a way that actually brings something very, very personal out in the open. So I would like to thank you very much, and I hope that you will have fun today with us.
Okay, it's now time to play. What we've got at the back is the first game there on the back is Get In There. Get In There is you'll see is a very simple game. We've got it on a laptop as well as on mobile devices, so you can compare what's better, what works better, because that's important for us from a point of view of looking at whether what formats do people want games in, and what are they feeling comfortable with. On the second table here, you've got Eve's World, which is one of the location-based games. Okay, and Maria will be helping on that table. We've got Sam at the back on Get In There. Just to confuse matters, we've got Sam on this table as well, who's going to help you and show you Dora's Box. We've got a couple of iPads here for people to play. And you Rugby and Shirley will be on this desk here, which has got the skills on it. Got the skills is very much aimed at the workplace environment. So it's that crossover from when someone's sort of leaving school and then looking at the workplace. So what we're going to do, we propose is we'll give you 10 to 15 minutes to have a look at all the games, have a play. Please write your comments down on the pieces of paper on the desk. Okay, like I said to you earlier, this is the first time, and maybe your only time you're going to be able to scribble away. Okay, so please give us what your comments, your thoughts, and any other issues that you think, actually I want to know about this, but it doesn't really fit in with the game. We've got post-it notes and the flip chart there. Just write on the post-it note and put it on the flip chart.
Do you want us to separate negative and positive comments, or
just put whatever comments you want, okay? And we'll decide if they're positive or negative. No. Okay. So, could I have just 2 or 3 people maybe from one of the tables to come and that, because we want everyone to try all of the games. Yeah. So, play away.
Yeah, so the doctor, that's why.
Yeah, they're going to go. Right hand